Good morning, y'all. Is it morning? Afternoon? Whichever. Let's talk about respect for a second. On this rainy day, I'm nursing still. Slightly swollen spine. The swelling is going down. My dog is much better. She's back to her normal active self. My lungs are back to normal. My spine takes a little bit longer, but it will be fine. But I saw something. I posted something the other day about respect. It was a clip from a deaf comedian's, I can't remember her name, but it was a clip from one of her shows. And in it, she said something that it rang true. It hit home. You cannot expect someone to give you the respect that you deserve if they don't have that respect to give. So if they don't have a level of respect, not just for others, but for themselves, if they don't have that respect within, they can't possibly give it to you. They can't possibly show you that respect. I never thought of it that way. And then Thursday, this past Thursday, the 4th of July, yeah, that hit right on the head. That hit not just close to home, that was ringing my doorbell. That knocked on my door, me. If you didn't read what happened, this is what happened. My godson, not my grandson, my godson, my 30-year-old godson, caused a chain of events that put many lives in jeopardy. That put 2 animals in jeopardy, a horse and my dog. It put the man who was riding the horse in jeopardy. It put all the people that were in this area for a block party, it put them in jeopardy. There were a ton of people outside when it went down. It put me in jeopardy because if it could have been worse, it could have been a lot worse. I could have popped what's holding my spine together. I could have damaged all the surgeries that I've had. I could have ended up paralyzed again. I could have ended up having to have more surgery to correct damage. A lot could have gone down. And the very person who claimed to have my best interest at heart, the very person who claimed all I care about is you, Mom, did nothing. Stood there and watched it go down. Caused it. Completely at fault. But literally stayed on his phone, laughing and joking like nothing was happening when the entire 2 blocks converged to help me. That taught me a very valuable lesson. Yes, I am going to continue to help people, but I'm going to be very selective. You have to be too. Be selective who you give your energy to. Be very selective who you trust with you. Because anyone else who knows me well enough would not have allowed me to run like I did. To run, period. They wouldn't have let it go down, period. I would have been protected. But he has no respect for himself. He had a difficult upbringing. He raised himself. The streets raised him. His parents weren't there. I didn't know what was going on during those years that he was growing up and he was in school with my daughter, I didn't know. I wasn't there to be able to be of assistance in his formative years. So right now, he has no respect for himself. So I'm sitting here wondering, how come you can't show me the respect I deserve, not just in my home for a variety of different reasons, but that incident that put everybody at risk. You have no respect for yourself, so you can't give it to me. So am I angry? No. I got rid of that. I can't stay angry. I had to handle that emotion, process it, get rid of it. But my eyes are open just a little bit wider when it comes to him, or when it comes to anyone. I have to remember, not everyone will treat me the way I treat them. You need to remember that. Sometimes we get stressed, we get upset, we get hurt, we get angry because someone we treated with kindness and care did not reciprocate. They did not treat us the way we treated them. We can't expect everyone to be us. We cannot expect everyone to treat us exactly how we treated them. They may be in a different space mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. They may not be prepared, or they may not physically, they may not have the wherewithal to be able to treat you the way you treated them. But I don't want that to be a reflection upon you. So when you have someone who just without a shadow of a doubt cannot, for whatever reason, give you the respect you deserve, don't get angry, don't scream, don't demand it. Take a step back, take a look at the situation, tell them, okay, I see you, I understand. It's how we respond to an event, how we respond to how someone treats us, how we respond to the lack of respect, the lack of care. It's how we respond that's important, not really what they did. What they did is important for us to pay attention, understand they just showed you who they are, just like he showed me exactly who he was. And it's my job not to fight against that current. It is my job to recognize it and behave accordingly in order to maintain my peace, my joy, my balance that I fought hard to regain back in 2017. It took me a year plus some to find me, to respect myself, to love me, and to find peace and happiness within, so that I can create that peace and happiness within my home. I'm not going to let anyone disturb that, and I don't want you to let anyone disturb the peace, the joy, and the happiness that you found or that you're finding. Don't let them shake who you are just because they have an inability. You do yes, I did say that backwards. You do deserve respect, but you can't snatch it from them. My mom used to say, you can beat a rock all you want, it's not going to bleed. You can kindly ask for the respect that you deserve, but if they can't give it to you for whatever reason, you need to accept that and move it along. You do not have to continually deal with someone who disturbs your peace, your joy, your happiness, because they can't respect you. That's a basic need. That is basic. And if they can't do the absolute least on that list of basic needs, if they cannot respect you, then they don't really love you. They could say they love you, they care about you, they're worried about you. They could text you, call you all day. I just want to make sure you're okay. You good? You can say it all you want, but I need for you to show it. Because if you cannot show it, if your words do not match your actions, you're suspect in my eyes, and you will remain suspect. Then I will love you from a distance, but I will remove you from my presence, from my immediate presence. Needless to say, I haven't seen him since the night it went down. I put up healthy boundaries, and that's what I want you to do. Put up some healthy boundaries. Don't let someone cross those boundaries with their level of disrespect, and then all of the spinning of the guilt trip. But come on, you know it. No matter how many times he texted it to me that I just want to make I just want to make sure you're okay, and I know you're mad, but and if you want me to leave, then that means X, Y, and Z has to happen. No, man. You're not going to guilt me into saying it's okay. Don't worry about it. No, it's not okay. Yes, I was worried about it. My health was at risk. My dog's life was at risk. Several other lives were at risk because of someone's inability to listen, to do what they are told when it comes to things that are mine, and give me the respect that I deserve. I'm not mean. I'm not nasty, unless you trigger me, but that's another story. I'm really nice. I'm kind of funny. But I'm not to be tested. I'm not to be tried. Don't try my inner gangster, because I will become what you fear. I will flip my internal switch, and I will handle my business. And either you be kind and respectful, or I will love you from a distance. And that's what I want you to do. You're your number one priority. You have to maintain healthy boundaries. Show other people how you expect to be treated and accept nothing less. And being respected is a fundamental part of those healthy boundaries. So build those boundaries. Don't tear them down because somebody's throwing a guilt trip at you. Don't tear them down because someone's trying to gaslight you. That's not really what happened. You must have been mistaken. I didn't see that. That's not, yes, it did happen. Stand your ground. Don't let someone change your mind. Don't let someone continue to pour poison into your system. Because some poisons don't take effect right away. But little by little, it changes you, and it poisons your system, and it causes breakdown, and it causes illness, and it causes this, and it causes that. And by the time you realize you've been poisoned, it's too late. You deserve love. You deserve peace. But you deserve respect. And those people who scream, "You're gonna respect me," you don't even respect yourself. Because if that's your response, and if that's how you're trying to get respect, then I'm looking at you sideways like, how you think you get respect that way? Catch a whole lot of more. You know, it's time for me to go to bed. You catch a lot more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Stop demanding someone show you something you don't have for yourself. And stop expecting someone to show you something they don't have in themselves. Respect. It's basic, but it's fundamental, and you deserve it. And if someone cannot give it to you, or they refuse to give it to you, then it is your responsibility to act accordingly. Love them from a distance. And if it's a business relationship, then you put a little bit of professional distance between the two of you. Don't fly off the handle, but recognize who they are and rise above that. That doesn't mean ignore it. Handle that. But at least you won't be fooled as to who you thought you were dealing with. So get the respect you deserve. Be kind, be loving, but get that respect you deserve. Healthy boundaries. My boundaries have been set. He crossed my boundaries. So I will love him from a distance, but I will maintain peace in my home. So I'm good. I'm gonna go handle this little bit of swelling that I have left, a little bit of heat, turn up my internal stimulator, kick my feet up, finish this writing, do some more reading, make some more phone calls, make some things happen, because I got something in store for you. I've got some speaking engagements in store for you. So remember, even on a rainy day, I love you out loud and on purpose.